guys and welcome to Madeira!
We have just landed at the Cristiano Ronaldo airport, one of the most unique airports in Europe.
Even before you start exploring, Madeira gives you a taste of its drama. The runway here is partly built on giant pillars stretching towards the ocean. It's such a crazy setup that plane spotters from all over the world come here for just watching landings.
We'll be spending the next 6 days exploring everything Madeira got to offer, from the incredible coastal views and charming villages to hidden gems, food, and of course its spectacular hiking trails.
Madeira's trails are world famous, but this year there's a new rule every hiker needs to know. More on that later.
Okay guys, so we are off to our accommodation, Santana in nature, bed and breakfast.
Just next to the accommodation is the Santana traditional houses that we go to see in a minute. And I want to mention that on the way here, the views are breathtaking. Like, wow, I was speechless. Anyway guys, we're so exhausted from the trip, from the flight, so we'll see you tomorrow. Morning guys, we start our first adventure with the most popular hike here in Madeira. It's Pico Ruivo, and we got super early today because we are heading up to catch the sunrise from the highest peak of the island.
The morning started with the rain. We thought it would be above the clouds at the peak. Turns out the clouds had other plans.
We made it to the top, but unfortunately the sunrise is hiding behind all these clouds and the bad weather.
What a bummer.
Yeah, let's hope the rest of the trip will be better.
There are a few stops along the way with the roof, so it's really nice for resting and running away from the rain.
Yeah, anyway, let's go to the next one. Since we got up super early this morning, we headed back to the hotel for breakfast, and now we are off to the next adventure, which is I'm really excited about because it is literally on the edge of the island.
This is Vereda de Ponta de São Lourenco, a trail that follows Madeira's easternmost peninsula. It's actually named after the carnival sailed by João Gonçalves Zarco, one of the 3 discoverers of Madeira's archipelago.
In Madeira we got dramatic change in weather. From the cold and rainy Pico Ruivo we got to summer hot São Lourenco, so if you're doing more than one trail in one day, make sure to bring clothes for a hot and cold day.
The hike is 3 kilometers and it takes about 2.5 hours. And the views? Just wait until you see them.
This hike took us way more than 3 hours, and it's probably the most spectacular hike of Madeira, but we made it to the very end of the peninsula and now it's time to go back.
Good morning guys! Today we took a break from hiking and we are visiting today the capital, Funchal.
And you want to start from Cabo Girão, which is a very popular spot in Madeira, and if you come here late you will find yourself parking on the streets because it's got very little parking.
Standing 580 meters above the ocean, Cabo Girão is the highest sea cliff in Europe, but that's not only the reason it's world famous. The highlight here is the suspended glass platform, the skywalk, which offers breathtaking views and become one of the most visited and definitely the most photographed attraction in Madeira.
Just 3 minutes away from Cabo Girão is another viewpoint called Lombo de Facho, and it's totally free.
I think Cabo Girão is overrated, €3 per person, and this place is much more beautiful.
Next we are heading to Jardim Monte Palace, the largest botanical garden in Madeira.
On the way to Jardim Monte Palace, we had struggled with finding the way and parking in the car. It was a nightmare.
You can get here either by car or by taking the cable car from Funchal. And right outside you will also find the starting point of the famous Wicker Toboggan Slag rides.
Wow, this is one of the most incredible gardens we have ever been to.
Inside the gardens, you'll discover hundreds of plant species from all over the world, including South Africa, Japan, China, Australia and New Zealand. With its enormous size, you could easily spend 3 hours or more exploring. Entrance is €15 per person.
Now it's time to explore the capital, Funchal.
If you are traveling by car, the most convenient place to park your car is CR7, which is next to Cristiano Ronaldo Museum.
From here, you can easily walk to Rua de Santa Maria, one of the most colorful streets in the city, lined with painted doors, cafes and street arts.
So all this walking make us really hungry, and now it is time to taste the Madeiran cuisine. So we ordered the espetada and the espada. So the espetada is a beef on a skewer, and the espada is a black sabbat fish that come from the deep waters of Madeira. How is the black sabbat?
It's actually really good.
Those banana bowls and with the passion fruit are actually so damn good. Good morning guys, today we are heading west across the island and we have planned 4 stops for today, and I hope we can fit them all in one day. Now we have another hike today. We already made a lot of hikes, we are so exhausted from climbing, so I hope we'll make this hike to the end. We have arrived to our first stop for today, which is Fanal Forest, and this is definitely one of the places you want to come in the morning.
Because in the early hours, this place is often covered in heavy fog, and it honestly feels like stepping straight into the horror film. The ancient trees are twisted and crooked, and when the mist rolls in, the whole forest takes this mysterious overworld vibe.
I got to admit, when I planned the trip, at first I don't want it to come here, but this is actually a very cool place, and you definitely should come here. We got to our second stop, which is Levada de las 25 Fontes, and actually to get to the start of the trail you need to walk 2 kilometers on an asphalt road, but if you want to skip it you can take a transfer for €5 per person, and you cannot get there with your car because the road is blocked. Guys, if you like the video so far, please consider subscribe to my channel, that means a lot to me, and press the notification bell so you don't miss my next videos. Let's talk about the fee that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So basically, Madeira government introduced a €3 fee for all 7 routes in Madeira, and from the beginning of this year of 2025 they spread it for all the 30 most famous routes on the island, and basically you pay these €3 that's used to maintain and take care of the route. So let me show you how to pay this fee.
You go to Simplifica website and search for payment of fee. Click request, you choose the route, the date, the number of participants and your email. You make the payment and you can download the tickets right away.
If somehow you don't pay the fee, you might get caught and get a fine of €50.
And now it's time for the next one.
The next stop is a true hidden gem. Everybody knows about the famous waterfall on the south of the islands that drops directly on the road, but nobody knows about this one.
It's called Lombinho waterfall and is located on an empty side road,
just near Porto Moniz. This place is so amazing and we got it all to ourselves.
Now it's time for the last stop in Porto Moniz.
Our last stop for today is Porto Moniz Natural Pools.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for after a long day of hiking. Осторожно! Давай.
Water was freezing cold. Now I can't wait to get to the hot jacuzzi in our hotel.
Good morning guys, today we are heading into the open ocean on a catamaran adventure right from the marine here in Funchal, looking for dolphins and whales.
Hello. Bom dia.
Madeira is actually one of the best places in the world for spotting marine life. You can see dolphins and whales here all year round.
We saw so many dolphins, it was incredible, we enjoyed so much.
You can actually see the dolphins all year long in Madeira, so I totally recommend to take a sail from Funchal. And now just across from the marina we found a beautiful park called Santa Catarina.
It is a golden hour and we have come to Miradouro, the Cristo Rei, to watch the sunset.
The statue was built in 1927 to welcome foreigners arriving in Madeira by sea. In fact, it was completed a few years before the more famous Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro, which was finished in 1931.
Wow, it's truly an amazing spot to end the day, and I'm a little bit sad because tomorrow is our last day in Madeira.
We had such a great time. It's so beautiful here.
Good morning, guys. Today it's our last day in Madeira, unfortunately, and we're starting the day with another beautiful hike called Levada dos Balcões.
This is one of those hikes that give you huge rewards for very little effort.
On a clear day, you can even see Madeira's highest peaks, including Pico Ruivo, Pico de Areiro, Pico de Gato and Pico das Torres. The trail itself is about 1.5 kilometers each way, takes around an hour and a half in total, and with only 30 meters of elevation difference, it's one of the easiest hikes on the island.
I made it on time to fly the drone, and now a few minutes later it's all covered with clouds.
Unlike it, just like in Pico Ruivo. It's funny that our hotel is in Santana, but the Santana houses is the last thing we are visiting on this trip.
Those little thatched roof houses are one of the Madeira's most iconic symbols. Their origins date all the way back to the early settlements of this island in the 14th century, when they were mainly used as rural homes by local farmers.
Let's travel back in time to the 16th century, when Madeira established itself as one of the most famous sugar producers in the world.
We are at the North Mills Distillery, built in 1927. And to these days, they still produce rum using the original 19th century machinery. The production itself only happens in spring during the sugarcane harvest, so right now we can only see the equipment. But of course, we can still taste the rum in the shops.
And with that, our trip has come to an end, so let's raise a glass for this amazing island of Madeira. Cheers!
Cheers.
Totally fell in love with this amazing island, and it is by far one of the best destinations we traveled so far, and we wish we had more time. In the next video we are going to explore Lisbon and travel south of Portugal. We have so much to show you, so don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.